What is going on, guys? I am back today to do something that I thought would be really fun. We're getting towards the end of December and a new year is upon us. And yes, before you start asking, my best and worst of 2024 video will be coming out probably early January. There are so many movies that are being released in the month of December, and there's a lot that are really important for me to watch and get on my list so that I can cumulatively make the list of all of those films. There's only a few left that I have to watch, but I want to make sure that it's as complete as I possibly can get it. And so I didn't want to make that video yet, but I thought what would be really fun is for me to make a video today talking about some of my most anticipated movies for 2025. Now, granted, there hasn't been every single movie announced for 2025 yet. I'm not 100% sure everything that's going to be released, but I thought today I would talk about some of the ones that we know for sure are going to come out in 2025 and tell you a little bit about why I'm looking forward to them. So I'm really looking forward to telling you about some of these today. So for starters, let's talk about Mickey 17 from director Bong Joon-ho. I am a huge fan of Bong's work, and I loved Parasite, and I love a lot of the movies early in his catalog, and I've been really looking forward to see what the follow-up to Parasite was going to be. It stars Robert Pattinson, who is one of my favorite working actors right now, and they released the teaser trailer for it, and it looks incredible, and I can't wait to see what the tone is going to be like, because it feels like it's got a little bit of dark comedy incorporated in it. And there's just something about Bong's work. He is such a unique filmmaker, and just everything about it looks like something that I am going to completely and totally enjoy. And I'm really hoping that it turns out to be as great as the trailer looks, and I'm really excited to watch it. Up next is 28 Years Later. I love 28 Days Later. I think it is a phenomenal zombie movie. It's one of my favorites. I haven't seen it in several years. I've actually been itching to rewatch it. So the announcement of this movie really gets me excited to revisit it. And the trailer looked incredible. I am not the biggest fan of 28 Weeks Later. I didn't enjoy it nearly as much as 28 Days Later. But knowing Cillian Murphy's going to be back involved in one way or another, the cast looks really good. I really liked the way that they edited the trailer, and I'm very hopeful that it will capture the essence of the original in some way while doing something a little bit different. Wolfman from Lee Winnell. I am super excited about this movie for one reason, and that one reason is Christopher Abbott. I will watch anything that Christopher Abbott is in. I think that he is an incredible actor, and despite the fact that this is coming out early in the year, which normally really worries me when it comes to movies, I like Lee Winnell. I like what he's done with Insidious. I think there's some of the decisions he's made on a couple of the later movies weren't as great, but he definitely has a passion for horror, and I think that this could be something really that surprises all of us and ends up being pretty special. I'm not looking for anything mind-blowing. I just want a really cool Christopher Abbott performance, and I think that's exactly what we're going to get from this movie. Up next is The Monkey from Oz Perkins. So Oz Perkins obviously blew all of our minds with Longlegs. I thought it was amazing. I'm a huge fan of The Blackcoat's Daughter. I just think that he's a really talented director. And this, I believe, is a Stephen King adaptation, which makes me even more excited to watch it. I watched the little teaser trailer for it. Looks super interesting. I don't know much about that story, so I'm just really looking forward to go in as blindly as possible. But I think this definitely has the potential to be something really awesome. Up next is Death of a Unicorn. A24 actually just dropped the trailer to this movie, and the idea seems really fascinating. I also like the cast a lot. I'm a big fan of Jenna Ortega. I like Paul Rudd a lot. It looks like that it could be something really darkly comedic and also really poignant at the same time. I'm curious to see what kind of a direction it takes, but I think the trailer that was released worked really well, kind of capturing my attention, and I'm really hoping that the movie is as good as the trailer looks. Up next is The Conjuring: The Last Rites. I believe this is supposed to be the last film in the Conjuring movies. Like, obviously they'll do all those offshoot films. I don't feel like those are ever going to go away. I did not like The Conjuring 3 very much. I didn't think it was terrible, but I thought that it lacked a lot of the suspense and the horror from the first two. But because I love the franchise so much, I'm willing to, ignore it and try to give this one a chance. I really wish that James Wan would have come back to direct. I'm kind of disappointed in that, but I'm hoping that this movie gives great closure to the characters. They're not necessarily in the same universe, but the Insidious The Red Door came out last year, and I was worried about that movie. I think I liked it more than other people. I didn't think that it was perfect, but I thought it was a hell of a lot better than the third and the fourth movies in that franchise. So I'm hoping that this is similar to where I don't expect it to really be on par with the first or second film, but I just want it to be better than the third one. Up next is Begonia from Yorgos Lanthimos. We are in a great time period right now where we just keep getting content from Yorgos. I didn't think from Poor Things that we would get something like Kinds of Kindness as quickly as we did, but it seems like Yorgos went in and filmed a lot and now is releasing this content. The cast for this movie looks absolutely incredible. Knowing Yorgos, it'll be something that just knocks my socks off. He has never made a bad movie, in my opinion. I love all of his work. And I think Emma Stone is leading this, and him and Emma Stone have a really great relationship, and she is perfect for his movies. And I cannot wait to see this in theaters. Next is Edgar Wright's remake of The Running Man. If Edgar Wright's name is on something, I'm there. It doesn't matter what it is, I'm gonna watch it. I haven't seen the original Running Man in years. I forget a lot about it, but I feel like if someone is going to do due diligence to an original property, but also spin it and make it their own unique thing, it's Edgar. And Edgar's another director, has not made a bad film in his catalog, in my opinion. I think, the Cornetto trilogy is brilliant. Love Scott Pilgrim, love Baby Driver, loved Last Night in Soho. I think that he just has such a distinct style that he brings to whatever property he's making. So I can already sort of see in my mind what this movie is going to look like. And I think if anything, he'll be able to elevate the original into something even better. Up next is The Gorge from director Scott Derrickson. And there's one big reason why I'm excited for this, and that's Anya Taylor-Joy, my favorite actress working in Hollywood right now. I don't care what property she's in, I'm going to watch it. And I also like Scott Derrickson. The most recent film he did is The Black Phone, which I didn't love, but I liked. He also directed Sinister, which I actually did love. So I'm hoping that this movie kind of falls in that line, something that I'll really enjoy. I watched the trailer, really unique premise. I just hope the execution is there. Up next is The Battle of Bactan Cross from Paul Thomas Anderson. Paul Thomas Anderson, one of my favorite working directors. I think he is an absolute genius. I loved Licorice Pizza. I thought that it was an incredible film. Phantom Thread is one of my favorite movies of all time. Obviously, going back through his back catalog, he has a ton of movies between There Will Be Blood, Punch Drunk Love, Boogie Nights, Magnolia. He's just created so many amazing works of film. And this is Leo DiCaprio, I believe, is in the lead role, has a really stacked cast. The plot, no one knows anything about it yet, but PTA, I'm sold. I'll be in the theater the first week. The Legend of Ochi, I saw a little tiny teaser for this, and it looked really interesting. I don't know much about it at all, but I found it to really kind of draw me in from the initial little teaser that was released. And I love watching movies like that. When I know very little about it, I'm really excited for it. And lastly, this is rumored to come out next year. I really hope that it's true, but the 6th installment in the Final Destination series. I love the Final Destination movies. They are camp, they're over the top, they're ridiculous, they're fun. The only one of those movies I hated was the 4th one. I thought it was borderline unwatchable, but aside from that, I really enjoy this series. I have high hopes that this is going to be really fun, and I can't wait to watch it next year. So what are some of your most anticipated movies for 2025? Let me know in the comments. These are just some. I don't know everything that's coming out next year, but these are just some of the ones I'm really looking forward to. As always, if you can like the video and subscribe to the channel, helps me out a lot and lets me know the type of content you're looking for. I'm always putting out new material and look forward to getting more out for you in the near future. And as always, everyone, thank you so much for watching and have a great rest of your day.